All right, my folks that are in a relationship seeking to maintain a healthy relationship. I do understand that when you're with the same person for a certain period of time that some things happen. Maybe you get bored, you don't have that same spark. Maybe there might have been a situation that occurred that maybe changed the way you even view your partner. Now, we're going to explore if the relationship is worth saving too in a separate video, but let's just go over some key things. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to maintain or stay in a relationship that's physically abusive, verbally abusive, or in any place or space where you don't feel safe. Okay? Now, if overall it's a safe relationship, small disagreements, no big yelling and such, because I'm not a fan of yelling. Yelling is not an effective way of communication. If you want to know the truth, I don't think that arguing, fussing, and fighting is love. That's just me. If the only way that you can communicate with someone is through aggressive, loud, heated communication, then that's not love. Love, again, is a choice, and you choose to be in it. And I don't think that one would choose to raise their blood pressure, get themselves upset, hot and bothered, and call that love. The two are not the same. That is definitely the struggle that we're trying to move away from, okay? So, if that doesn't sound like you and your relationship just got a little bit of stagnation in it and you're just trying to figure out how to get that old thing back, then you're in the right place. Let's keep going. Okay, so now we've decided that your relationship is worth saving. Let me ask you this. Happy, mad, glad, sad, angry, upset, confused, unsure, tired, energetic. If I say all of that to you, let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're still interested in being intimate with your partner? If you answered yes, then let's keep going, okay? Because I do believe that the thing that separates one platonic relationship between an intimate relationship is intimacy. And if you feel that you could always wind up being intimate with your partner, then that's your partner. And that is a healthy relationship that we want to maintain, okay? So let's explore more, okay? Not that you have to always be willing to, you know what I'm saying, do the horizontal poker, have sex, but it excites you. The thought of it excites you, okay? Now, let's see. To maintain a healthy relationship, I'm going to say that the most important thing is communication. Making sure that you're speaking to the other person's higher self, not getting caught up in what's happening right there in front of you, but focusing on the idea that we've all have a past, we all have a prior experience, and we're all coming to this present moment with that past energy. To then make it that every single thing that the person says is all about you directly would totally be doing you a disservice. Don't take things personal. It's the first step to maintaining a relationship. Understand that whatever has come up in the situation that has triggered you is a trigger, and that the person there in front of you is not exactly doing all of this attack, all of these wrong things, but it could be that it's triggering you to a past memory. It is up to you, my love, to come to terms with what is. Have a certain level of acceptance and accountability. If you find yourself often triggered, then there is some self-love work you need to do for sure, okay? So listen, this is my advice for maintenance, maintaining a healthy relationship. I want you to go back and watch the video on Self-Love You, Stage 1, Grieving. I am sure that there is something in there that you have not come to terms with that you are ready to finally let go of, okay? So listen, those 3 stages even are definitely going to help you. The grieving stage, the healing stage, and the living stage. And you can absolutely go through all of that happily in your relationship. See, because if there are no big detrimental things in your relationship, it's probably the shadow. The shadow is just sitting there on your shoulder, what about this? What about that? What about this? And bringing up concerns that don't even live in your relationship. All of your baggage from the past relationship pulled up and said, girl, we got to deal with this right now. And actually, you don't. What you have to deal with is the fact that whatever happened in the past is creeping into your present, and it is messing up your relationship. Now, big or small, that's up to you. But I'm here to tell you that that's probably it. Again, if we ruled out it being a negative, toxic relationship. If we really peel that away and examine what that's about. Again, if you're not sure, watch the next video. But if none of the stuff I mentioned align, then this is the space. So again, now we're going past opinion. Love and relationships are a choice. Struggle is dead. That's why you're here. Being confused about someone's intentions, not knowing if they really love you, not sure where you're going to be in a couple of years. This ain't a relationship to maintain. You should have some clear communication between you and your partner, because if you can't articulate your needs, that's not the person for you, period. So now you could be hearing these words and say, okay, well, I'm not really sure where to begin. That's fine too, okay? But if you hear these words and you're just like, oh, there's no way I could tell them how I feel, I want you to examine why you're in that relationship. You can still want to sleep with them. You can still want to be intimate, but this could be another layer which also lives in the shadow. But you've got to decide. So for my loves that are doing this independently, maintaining a relationship, here's when I pop in and ask you, would you be open to connect with me on a one-on-one call? Because we need to explore why there's a certain level of acceptance. And now I'm going to bring in pop culture. Recently, and I don't know the whole video, but recently Tyler Perry was doing an interview where he was talking about basically if all he can do is pay the light bill and a woman is successful, basically she should just accept that. The problem I have with that is that this black man with a lot of money and a lot of power, who can buy networks and buy this and own all this land and do this and change people's lives, chose to say that women should lower their standards as opposed to have men raise their standards. You see where the problem is with that? Because if the woman is successful, what is the sacrifice that she put in to be there? What work does she put in? We're not even going to discuss that, huh? We're just going to say that the woman should be grateful that this man is able to pay the light bill, as opposed to saying this man has many opportunities and options in the same 24 hours as he does to then go out and pursue things. See, Tyler Perry came from struggle, so why isn't he able to lift up and articulate? He hasn't healed. Now, I call out therapists often, but therapy is only one form. It's one lens. It's not multifaceted. Unless you reach out to someone who's using their intuition, working with ancestors and your guides, like your girl right here, you may not really crack through the shell of what's really wrong in the situation. You can get around the surface and make a nice little pretty little thing to present, but what does it feel like on the inside? My boy Tyler Perry definitely needs some love, because why aren't you encouraging men to do more? Why don't you feel that the man needs to go and pursue and be more driven? Why does the woman just have to accept and suffer and take whatever's given to them? That is over. That is struggle. See, there's a difference though, and I want to make sure that I address this. If you know that the person is actively doing things, pursuing things, working on new ideas, shopping new ideas, asking questions, going here and there and being proactive, that's one thing. But if the person is just simply okay with working at the same job every single day, not even trying to be promoted to manager, then that's a problem. You see, because the way I see it is, to get you out of struggle, love, is to have that effective communication where two people can say, listen, where we're at right now is not working for me. We both got to do something different. Now, I'm not someone who says that the man has to do everything, and I'm not saying that the woman has to do everything or be dependent on the man. But I feel that there needs to be some effort put forward for the production and for the positiveness of this relationship. Otherwise, what is it? Are you guys just being friends, playing house, playing around? You got to have goals, set an intention. Relationships should be making progress too. You shouldn't be partnered with someone who doesn't have any drive or doesn't have anything in common or similar to you, any ambitions, or even see things the way you see it. So listen, my love, if you want to maintain something healthy, excellent. Heal that shadow. Like I said, check in with stage 1, grieving, and see how that feels, and then follow that through healing and living, and see how you feel. Okay? Because once you heal that shadow, trust me, you'll be able to maintain that relationship way more. Watch.